Hi, everybody. It's Pluto of Pluto's Muse here, back with another timeless pick a card reading. And this one is inspired by Virgo season. Happy birthday to all my Virgos and Virgo placements. This reading is titled, What Are Your Green Flags? And the reason why this is inspired by Virgo season is because Virgo is a very analytical sign. And 9 times out of 10, if you have a Virgo placement, you are paying attention to the red and green flags that come up in people more than most people probably would. So this reading is dedicated to the Virgos and to anybody that wants to know what their green flags are. Your green flags are normally the things that people view as a stamp of approval when it comes to what they view as being good or moral or sound in certain relationships, or possibly even like people that want to hire you or work with you and things like that. We're going to look into what traits you currently possess that others deem as green flags. All right. So you have 7 options to choose from on the screen. Please choose more than one if you feel drawn to more than one. And if you enjoy this reading, please like, comment, share, subscribe, turn on your notification bells, check the description box down below to book a personal reading. Book a personal reading if you need further guidance. All right. Let's get started. Hi, pile 1. You're the pile that chose image 1. All right. I plan on shuffling on camera, pile 1, so there will be some additional messages that I get in this pile. But off rip, off of the oracles that I have out here, what are your green flags? Well, first off, before I got into your pile, I was singing Back of the Club by K1. And I don't know if that's relevant in this pile, but it was in the energy. It was in the energy, and I was confused because honestly, that song, I don't want to say, for those of you for those of you that know who K1 is, some people kind of do view her as a bit of a red flag. No shade to her. However, and I believe K1 is an Aries, so that could be relevant. You could have Aries placements dealing with an Aries, or this could be relevant to you, or you just carry that type of energy. And she's also in the LGBTQ community. But I don't judge her for who she is, but I don't know if people would initially think that K1 is a green flag. I don't think people would initially think that K1 is a green flag. So somebody in here, I don't know if you are always seen as a green flag initially. However, Back of the Club is a very romantic song, and it's a very sensual song. So I'm trying to think about the lyrics, like even down to the lyrics. She's like, scared of saying too much, scared of not saying enough. Somebody in here, you could be a bit cautious. Okay. I feel like your lovers are definitely the ones that are seeing the green flags in you. Okay. Because she also says in that song, she says, I smoke too many cigarettes, baby, but you say on my lips it's good. So again, like some of y'all, people might view some of your, I don't think they're red flags, but people might view things that would typically be viewed as a red flag as a green flag in this pile. Because I think that they just like you for real. They just like you for real. So regardless of what your gender is or how you identify or what your sign is, Back of the Club might be a good song for you to kind of look at what these people are viewing as green flags. What they're viewing as green flags about you, your vibe, something like that. I'm even thinking like with Back of the Club, it's kind of giving a vibe of like, I want to get you alone. Maybe some of you guys have the energy of like, I want to have one-on-one time with you. I want to get you alone. I think your approach to love might be a green flag to some people. If you are very, like, you might be like shy but open and kind, but also like something about you seems a little rugged or rough, again regardless of whether you're a woman or a man. So there could be an energy here of people liking that type of dichotomy about you. Okay, some people feel like a green flag about you is that you are not aiming to maintain conflict. Okay, you're not the type of person that wants a conflict to keep going. You might be the type that is willing to resolve issues with people, possibly even apologize. You are someone that likes to approach people if you have feelings for them. You're the type that's willing to open up emotionally. This is a green flag. Some of you, if you are in the LGBTQ community, people might view that as a green flag. Others of you, that's definitely a thing. Some people may view that as a green flag. Others of you, if you are an ally, that is a green flag. If you are supportive of the LGBTQ plus LGBTQIA plus community, I don't know how to say it, but that community, yes. If you are a supporter of that, you are an ally. Maybe you even have friends that are in the LGBTQ community. I'm getting this is a plus. If you're not a part of it. People like how grounded you are, and how peaceful you are, and how you desire to resolve issues is something that people view as a green flag. I'm also getting something here about your style. Your style is a green flag to people. Okay, you may be someone that really knows how to dress when it comes to your body type or your aesthetic. People like your aesthetic, your style. Somebody in here, you may have very healthy hair. People feel like your hair is a green flag, all right? Or you keep your hair done or something like that. That's a green flag. I feel like you're very optimistic. You are kind to animals. This is giving me like women, children, animals, the LGBTQ. Like, I think you're all inclusive in this pile. If you're someone that's very nice to everyone, like you don't judge people, you love everybody, all races, all backgrounds, this is a green flag. People love how open your heart space is. Especially if you are pursuing them. It's a green flag how open you are to them. Even if you've been through a lot. I'm also getting the vibe where you're not forcing connections. So even if you are forward, you're not forcing anybody to date you. That's what I'm saying. Like, back of the club is like she's pursuing this woman. She's talking about how she likes this woman. And they're having this exchange. But it's not like and I'm going to get you. It's very consensual. It's very consensual. Some of you guys, you definitely care about consent. And this is a green flag. Somebody in here, I'm also getting, if you've moved recently or if you've moved from like a hometown or somewhere, that's a green flag. Others of you, if you have came from another country to another place, that's a green flag for some reason. Or if you are the type of person that seeks to travel or explore other places outside of where you come from or where you are, that is a green flag. Okay, what else is a green flag of pile ones? If you're an artist or a creative, like you transmute your emotions and your experiences into art, that's a green flag. Yes, especially if you are someone like, again, with this whole K1 vibe, you don't have to you don't have to know who K1 is. You don't even have to like her. But I'm getting an energy in this pile where it's like somebody in here, if you are the type of person that talks about your experiences, the things that you've been through, if you're open about the sadness that you had to encounter and the shadow work that you've done or the things you've had to grieve. Yes, if you talk about the things that you've been through and how you had to close out certain cycles and all of this stuff and move forward, when you talk about the things that you've been through with people, they actually view that as a green flag. And it's funny because this pile in specific, I feel like your green flags can be interpreted as red flags to some people. I mean, that could be across the board. Like, this might happen in all the piles. But in this pile in specific, I'm getting a vibe where it's like your green flags could technically be red flags to other people. Because some people, I came into contact with people who feel like if you talk a lot about your past or if you talk about the things that you've been through, they assume you're not over it. Depending on the tone that you are taking on while talking about it. But for other people, when you hear somebody talk about what they've been through and it's very fluid and it's like they're not really like harboring anything, they're pretty open about it, I normally take that as a sign as somebody who has processed the emotions. The person that's avoiding the conversation is the one that hasn't done the work. The person who's open about what they've been through, they've processed that. So I feel like some of you have people in your energy, like there may be some people who don't like the fact that you are so vocal about what you've been through, or that you are communicating about your feelings or the things that you grieve and stuff like that. But then there's other people that like the fact that you're so open about it. Like you being willing to tell people what you've been through, or you being willing to like share your experiences with others. This is something that people view as a green flag. Heavy on the animal love. If you love animals or you're kind to animals, that's a green flag to people. If you have a pet and the pet loves you, or you love the pet, green flag. I'm so thirsty in this pile. Somebody in this pile, you could be thirsty, or you could stay hydrated. You could drink a lot of good things, okay? In the back of the club song, she does talk about drinking, like actually drinking. So for some of you, drinking may be a green flag. I don't know if drinking is a green flag to some people. Maybe maybe you are good at choosing good drinks. If you go out with people, you either are a drinker or you're not. If you are a drinker, there are some people that view that as a green flag, part one. If you are someone that knows that like what it is that you should drink, or you're good at recommending drinks, or you're good at making drinks, this is a green flag. Others of you, if you don't drink, that's also a green flag. But if you are also someone like who doesn't drink, but you drink like green juice, or you drink pineapple juice, or all kinds of things, you drink celery water or celery juice or water, just water in general, if you stay hydrated, people think that's a green flag. Tea, right? What is a green flag? What are pile one's green flags? What are pile one's green flags? People think you're very fair. You're very fair. You put in the same amount of energy other people give to you. You are not overextending yourself, and you are not selling people short or giving them less than what they give. Somebody in here, you're very equal when it comes to your exchanges. I'm even getting when it comes to work endeavors, you're someone that is willing to put in the same amount of work as the person who's working with you. Or if there's like a collaboration type of vibe, you are the type of person that puts in the same amount of effort as the other person. People love this. If this is a relationship situation, some of y'all not going to like this, but somebody in here, you might be the type that is for a 50-50 situation. You don't care about roommates. You don't care about paying half of whatever you have going on with a partner. This is seen as a green flag. Okay, you might even be the type of person where, like, depending on who you're around or who you're hanging with, if somebody pays for dinner one night, you'll pay for dinner the next night, right? If you're in a car with somebody and you're riding with them, you will pay for the gas. I feel like it's if they do it for you, though, as well. Depending on what the exchange is, you might barter in this pile. You're someone that likes to barter. You give people things if they're willing to give you something. That could even be in an 18 plus way. In an 18 plus way, some of you guys, you might be very fair in the bedroom. That is a green flag. It's giving, I'll show you mine if you show me yours. So depending on what people are approaching you with, you're like, okay, I'll give you the same energy in return. There's also an energy here of people liking the fact that you're not that easy. Even if you are someone that's what I was going to say. When it comes to the whole energy around K1, again, somebody in here, either you are a fan, because I don't know why this is so significant in this pile. Either you are a fan, or maybe you have her vibe, whether you know it or not. There's an energy about you that feels like that. But there's a lot of controversy around her. Like, people love to talk about her history and things like that, exes, all kinds of situations. That's not really what I want to talk about in this pile, because, I mean, that could be relevant to you as well. Maybe you have a history and people have all kinds of opinions about you and your history, pile one. But people, when they think about K1, a lot of people kind of view her as being open. And when I say open, I mean like flirty, open, friendly, right? But that doesn't mean that she's sleeping with everybody. That doesn't mean that she's dating everyone she comes into contact with. Somebody in here, I feel like you have that vibe. You might be very friendly, you might be very open, but if people want to sleep with you or want to be with you, you don't always sleep with them, or you're not always with them. You're not always going. You know what I mean? Some people may view you as being the type that would be a little open, more open to people than you probably should be. Right? Like, there could be people who view you as a hoe, pile one. Not gonna lie, sorry. Somebody in here. There could be people that view you as a bit of like, you have the potential to be that. Even if you're not that, there's like a vibe where it's like, oh, this person might be a hoe, or this person might be, promiscuous or anything like that. But I feel like you prove people wrong. Like, people might realize, like, no, they're just friendly. They don't sleep with everybody. They're just flirty and friendly, and that's a green flag to people. What's another green flag? Heavy on the put in the work. You'll put in the work as long as it doesn't feel like, as long as it's, this is a green flag to people. As long as it's not hard, you'll put in the work. Okay? As long as it's not hard and there's a potential future. Some of you, there's things that you do that people probably do view as hard, that you don't view as hard. There's something here about something not being as hard. Or maybe you are willing to do hard things, but it's like you only invest as long as you know that there is something coming out of it. You might be the type of person that will drop an investment or drop a job or drop a project if you feel like there's no longevity. That's what I mean by things being hard. Not that putting in the work is hard. Some of you are really open to putting in the work, but if you don't see a potential future with someone or in something, you will end it. And that's something that people are liking about you. Okay? Somebody in here, you could be a Gemini, Aries, or Virgo, Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio. Libra energy is out here as well. And I'm seeing a lot of fire and earth. You could have those placements, or you're dealing with those signs. So that is all that I have. If you enjoyed this reading, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Turn on your notification bells. Check the description box down below to book a personal reading. Book a personal reading if you need further guidance. Hi, Pile 2. You're the pile that chose image 2. All right. Pile 2, I plan on channeling off of the oracles in this pile first, but I also will shuffle on camera. So, what are your green flags? If you are an artist, pile 2, that is a green flag. If you're creative in any type of way. For some of you, the way that you decorate your home or the way that you decorate things, your aesthetic, is a green flag to people. I feel like you're very DIY in this pile. So if you're the type of person that does stuff on your own, or you're willing to create certain things on your own, this is attractive. This is a green flag to people. The amount of fruit and veggies you intake is also very attractive. Some of you are very good when it comes to your diet. Okay? You could be pescatarian, vegetarian. If you're not any of those, I'm just getting like you're very clean when it comes to eating, or you're someone that will explore different types of cuisines. This is a green flag to people. If you're open to all kinds of food. You could also be a good cook. You could be a good cook or chef. This is a green flag. Somebody in here, if you are a bald man, that's a green flag. That's a green flag, pile 2. If you are a bald man, I don't know if you guys have ever heard about bald men, but some people do view bald men as a green flag. I know most people would be like, oh, why? Like, you would want them to have hair. Because there's like I don't know if it's just in the black community, but there's a lot of people who have said, like, or even just like the African, diaspora, there's a running, not joke, but belief that bald dads are the best dads. If your father doesn't have hair, he's a good dad. He's a good dad. He is he's a provider. People view bald men as providers. So some of y'all, you got that vibe. You could be with a bald man as well. If you're dealing with a bald man, there's people in your energy that view that as a green flag. Or if you were raised by a bald man, that's also a thing. If you have a father that does not have hair, people are like, oh yeah, this person was raised well. Whether you're in the black community or not, you don't have to be black. But I'm getting that vibe. If you have a parent who was bald, people feel like you were treated or raised properly. or if you are bald. Especially if you're bald and it's like you chose to cut your hair or you embraced your baldness, pile two, people might really be attracted to that. They view that as a green flag. Okay? I'm thinking like Tupac. Like you might be fine with a bald head or something like that. You don't have to look like him, but you, or like The Rock, right? Like it's giving bald men that are fine. This is the type of vibe that you have. Or if you're a woman, you might be a bald woman and people also love that. What else? If you're not a bald woman, you do your hair really cute. And people feel like that's a green flag when they see your hair and you're styling it properly. Or some of you might be really into protective styles, like you take care of your hair a lot. I'm also getting the energy of someone that practices like protecting their hair or their crown by like braiding their hair or keeping it in a bun or something like that. Like somebody in here, you take really good care of your hair. If you're a woman or a man, people are looking at how you take care of your hair, how you keep your hair up, how you protect it, all kinds of stuff. Some of you, if you have a bit of an alternative style, like if you're someone that is into alternative things, you dress a little bit more alternative, or you like people who are like this, people view that as a green flag. They like you if you like people who are unique. If somebody in this pile is really into dressing uniquely, or you are connected to people who are really unique, who are very like authentic, this is a green flag. I'm getting the energy of someone that could be really creative in this pile. So you could be really creative, or you're dealing with very creative people. You could even be dating someone that's really creative. People view that as a green flag. If any of you have any specific tattoos or even like face tats, that is a green flag. If you have any scars that you are very proud to display, like it's not an issue for you, whether it's on your body or your face or your like anywhere. If you have any scars that people can see, for some reason that's a green flag as well. I'm also getting that on like a figurative level or a metaphorical level. Like if you have scars that you are willing to share with other people, talk about with other people, this is very green flaggy to them. You're not afraid of telling people how much things have hurt you or what has hurt you in the past. This is a green flag. If your home smells good, your car smells good, your clothes smell good, you smell good, that's a green flag. Some of y'all smell real good. You look like you take care of yourself. I feel like you look like you eat well. You look like you take care of your hair. You look like you take care of your skin, your body. And you don't have to be very small or anything in this pile, but I'm getting like if you are a healthy weight or you look healthy, people like that. They think that's a green flag. Some of y'all, you drink tea. Like maybe you don't drink coffee. You prefer to drink tea. That's a green flag. Some of you care a lot about the ocean or just like the planet in general. You might care a lot about nature or about, water conservation or about the planet. If you care about these things, that's a green flag. You might even be the type that uses all natural products. You prefer to use vegan makeup or products that are, again, made from plant-based things. This is very attractive. I'm also getting many of you are spiritually adept. There's something here about you being very in tune with your guides or with your path. All right. If any of you were a part of a religion or something else in the past and then you chose to convert into something else, this is a green flag. Like let's say you are an ex-Christian or you are an ex-Muslim or you were previously something else. And maybe now you're like a Buddhist or you're more spiritual or something. People view that as a green flag. Especially if you're open about it. If you had the courage to change your mind about a path that you were on, this is something that people view as a green flag. Like if you're now spiritual and you're open about that, that's a green flag. Let's see. What else is a green flag? Some of you, you really care about Valentine's Day. Like, you either love giving people gifts for Valentine's Day, or you're someone that really, like, loves talking about Valentine's Day, or just really loves talking about love. This is actually a green flag to some people, because people feel like you love yourself. They don't think that you're stuck on love, like, in an unhealthy way. Some of you, people think it's a green flag the way you're able to change your mind about people if you feel like it's unhealthy. You'll leave a relationship behind if you feel like it's unhealthy. That's a green flag. But I'm also getting like you are also still a lover girl, a lover guy. Some of y'all keep your teeth clean as well. You brush your teeth a lot. Okay, or you take care of your dental health. You go to the dentist, things like that. Your teeth are white even. That's a green flag. Your breath don't stink. Some of you chew gum. Okay, that's a green flag. I'm also picking up on something here about you loving your body. Maybe you are body positive, or you support people who are body positive. That's a green flag. Men and women. Okay. What's a green flag? Yeah, your confidence for sure. Some of you are very confident. Some of you are very loyal. The way that you are not easily controlled is a green flag. People feel like they can't control you. You're very much so your own boss, your own person. You have your own beliefs. You do your own thing. This is very attractive. Somebody in here, you could also be very disciplined when it comes to your sexual energy. You don't sleep with everybody. That is very attractive. That's a green flag. What's some more green flags? You're happy on your own. You're also happy doing your own thing. You might be the type of person that will go to an event or a movie or to eat on your own. You're not worried about going with someone else. This is a green flag. What's more green flags for Pile 2? What is Pile 2's green flags? The way you speak your mind. If you want to connect with somebody or you want to revisit a situation with someone, you will say that. You're not afraid to come back to somebody. Okay, I don't know whether it's like situations where people have fallen out with you or if you've fallen out with these people, but you don't seem to be the type of person that is afraid to have the hard conversations to make a relationship work, to make a connection work. People feel like that's a green flag. This could even be in regards to family. Some of you guys, you are very forgiving or open with people in your family, and that's a green flag. Maybe you've forgiven siblings or forgiven, I don't know, family, mom, dad, cousin, brother. Like, it's something here about you being willing to forgive people. Okay, even if it's like soul family, it doesn't have to be actual family. It could even be like soul family, friends. You'll come back around and tell people that you care about them, or you don't have an issue, being happy for someone else's wins. Maybe other people are going through wins and you no longer are cool with them, but you'll be like, hey, congratulations on that. Yeah. I'm getting a specific scenario. I don't know if you've fallen out with someone in the past or recently or whenever, but if you ever had a situation where somebody like ghosted you or they ended up focusing on themselves, they chose to separate somehow, but there wasn't really any bad blood. If there wasn't really any bad blood and you were willing to make amends with somebody, they viewed that as a green flag, because I really don't know if that person had bad blood with you. I feel like somebody could have been going through some changes and you just weren't affected by it. You took a logical approach when it came to healing a situation with this person. Instead of making it a thing where it was like, oh, well, I hate you now and I never want to talk to you again. You might have been the type of person that's like, hey, what's up? Like, are we cool? Like, what's happening? Yeah. And this person appreciated that. They were like, oh, that's a green flag. This person is pretty good. Like, this is a good person. Some of you, the way that you drive may be a green flag. Others of you, the cars that you drive may be a green flag to some people. Okay. If you're the type of person that doesn't drive when you're drinking, or you get a DD, or you are the DD, that's a green flag. What else is a green flag? People actually feel like it's a green flag how they still want to talk to you as well. If people fall out with you or don't want to be around you, they still want to talk to you. They don't want to cut you off completely. That's a green flag to them. They're like, I'm not really mad at that person. Or even if they fall out with other people, they're like, I'm not mad at you though. What's a green flag? Yeah, I'm also getting something here too where it's like you don't entertain the drama. If people try to cause drama with you or if people try to be messy outside of you, you're willing to allow the universe to let things play out. You don't feel like you need to prove yourself. You let things play out naturally. If anything, this is like somebody trying to start an argument with you or somebody trying to cause drama with you or spread rumors about you. And it's like, you don't even address the rumors. You just stop talking to that person or you just move away from that situation or you don't entertain the person that's stirring the pot. And that's a green flag to people because they're like, clearly they're not the drama. Clearly they don't want to be a part of the drama. Some people feel like your intuition is a green flag. You trust your intuition and you're very on point. When you decide certain things, you're on point. You also may move in silence a lot. You don't tell people your plans initially when you're in the process of planning them or building them, but when you finally get it done, you pop out and people feel like that's a green flag. Yeah, for some of you people, like your work, whatever it is you do for work is a green flag. It could be where you work or what you do. People feel like that's a green flag. They like your job. If any of you took a risk on yourself and left old people behind or left an old job behind to start a project or to move and get a new job or like just to expand in general, if you left family or old friends or an old community behind to start something for yourself, or an old job, anything like that, people view that as a green flag. The job might have been messy. So you leaving a job behind was a green flag to some people or an old friend group or whoever it was. People feel like it's a green flag that you chose to put your career first. People also feel like it's a green flag how much you believe in yourself. You really do love yourself in this pile. Whoever's in this reading, you love yourself. You believe in yourself. You will bet on yourself. That is a green flag. The fact that you trust yourself enough to take certain risks is a green flag. Not everybody views that as delusional. You know, some people might feel like it's delusional it's only delusional if it doesn't work out. When it works out, people feel like you're, intuitive. You're a genius. You did it right. So some of you guys, you've taken risks that these people probably wouldn't take themselves. And it worked out for you. And because it worked out for you, people are like, oh, that's a green flag. Whether it's like entrepreneurship or a move or you moved into a relationship or anything like that, that's a green flag. All right. Signs that also could be relevant. I'm seeing Leo. I'm seeing Aries. I'm seeing Scorpio, Cancer, Gemini, Virgo, Sagittarius, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio again. All the fixed signs. So Scorpio, Taurus, Leo, Aquarius, Capricorn out here, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. I feel like that's all the signs, but that's what we got. So all signs could be relevant in this reading. Okay, if you enjoyed it, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Turn on your notification bells. Check the description box down below to book a personal reading. Book a personal reading if you need further guidance. Hi, Pile 3. You're the pile that chose image 3. All right, this is going to be your green flags when it comes to what people are viewing as a green flag right now. I plan on shuffling on camera, so there will be some additional messages after whatever it is I'm channeling off of the oracles. But Pile 3... why are you a green flag? What are your green flags? The way that you stand up for yourself is a green flag. Pile 3. The way that you stand up for yourself, the way that you are willing to fight back the way that you're not conflict avoidant in this pile. And because you're not conflict avoidant, because you're willing to stand up for yourself, stand up for other people, whatever it is, you don't back down, this is a green flag to people. People also really love your body. If you could be body positive in this pile, or you could be someone that is like, whether you're big, small, short, tall, doesn't matter. I'm getting somebody in here, you really love your body. You really love your body. And this is seen as a green flag. For somebody in here, if you have a disability, people view this as a green flag. If you are very supportive of people with disabilities, this is seen as a green flag. Others of you, if you are plus size or curvy, this is seen as a green flag. Some people view that as a positive for you. Especially if you love your body. I feel like people like how you embrace your body in situations that maybe others would view as like not typically, I don't know. Like they maybe like it's like going to a beach. If you were, or even honestly, having sex. If you were sleeping with someone, or if you've had sex with someone recently, or just in general, and you didn't have any issues with getting undressed or taking off your clothes or feeling confident in your body, again, no matter what you look like, maybe some of you guys are smaller, maybe some of you guys are bigger, maybe some of you guys are, tall, you're short, whatever it is, you could have a disability. Like I said, something about how you rock your body, the way that some of y'all, that could be dancing. People could like how you rock your body, like literally like how you dance. That's a green flag. If you're a good dancer, that's a green flag. But I'm getting like how you love your body, green flag. If you take bathing suit pics, green flag. If you wear clothing that is tight and form-fitting, or even loose, doesn't matter what you wear, but I'm getting like form-fitting, green flag. If you don't care about what other people think, green flag. Yeah. Maybe that's where I'm getting this whole like defend yourself type of thing. Like if people ever come for you, you're clapping back. You don't care about what people have to say. This is a green flag. You're a vibe. Some of y'all, your vibe is very green flaggish. The way that you come off to people when they initially meet you, I think people view you as being very self-aware, very smart, well-read, kind, peaceful, affirming, prosperous. You know how they say like somebody in here, you must be like, you don't have to be, but somebody in here, you could be a bit curvier, because I'm getting the energy of like, you know how when they say like in certain cultures or like in certain time periods, the curvier you were or the bigger you were, the more likely you look like you had money, because clearly you were buying food, right? There's something here about that. Like people view it as a green flag that you're curvier because they feel like that means you have money. Somebody in your energy feels like that's a green flag, y'all. I know not everybody feels that way, but I'm getting that. Because I am still seeing smaller people in this pile. But it's like there's a couple people on the board that are more curvy. Or maybe you're looking into someone that's curvier. Maybe this is how somebody views you. And if this person is curvier, you may be very like accepting of this person, or you've treated this person in a way that has made them feel like you are a green flag for some reason. Some of you are also very, don't take this the wrong way, but I'm getting like you could be very obedient. Okay? Some of y'all, I don't know what this reading's about to do. Some of y'all could be very obedient, like you listen. If somebody tells you like, I don't like that, you'll take note and you won't do it again. Others of you, I'm getting like you could be like a law-abiding citizen, like you do things the right way. You follow the rules, you do things the right way. This could also be a green flag. But I'm getting like something here about relationships, like personal relationships. If somebody tells you like, oh, we don't wear our shoes in the house, you're like, oh, gotta take my shoes off. Once they tell you the one time, you'll never do it again. Oh, we always wash our hands before we eat. And once they tell you the one time, you always do it. I would hope you're doing these things, but it could be a cultural thing. For some of you, you really respect other people's culture this is a green flag. If somebody tells you like, we don't listen to that type of music in our house, you're not going to listen to it. You're going to go along with whatever they say is the right thing to do. Okay, and people appreciate that. Or we don't want you to say that type of word to us. We don't want you to call us that or whatever. Whatever it is that people ask you to not do, you don't do it. If they say they're uncomfortable with something, you're not going to do that thing. You're going to honor that boundary. You respect people's boundaries. You honor their boundaries. This is a green flag. People also feel like the way you handle grief is a green flag. When it comes to what you lose, whether it's money, people, a home, a job, I feel like you handle grief really well. Like, you don't get to crashing out because you lost something. A lot of you like will appreciate the thing that you lost for what it was and keep it pushing. There's a lot of people that view you as like having earned what you have. People feel like you earned what you have in this pile. And that's a green flag. When they look at the things that you have going on, even down to your confidence. Again, if you love yourself, it's like they feel like you earned that. Like, you should love yourself. You look good. The type of confidence you have is something that was built. You could have had it at birth, yes, but I'm getting like, based off of what somebody in here, somebody must know. Either people are just assuming you've been through things, or there's something here about somebody knowing that you've been through things in the past. And it's like, if you love yourself right now, they're like, oh, the way that Pile 3 loves themselves, that was earned. They earned that. This could even be in regards to like some of you could be moms or dads, especially if you're a mom though. If you've had kids and maybe your body has changed or something like that, but you still love your body, this is a green flag. You're not hard on yourself about your body. You're not talking bad about yourself. You're not like, you're very like, you accept yourself. This is a green flag. Even if you don't have kids, some of you guys, you're very accepting of bodies. I'm getting everybody's body. You might like all bodies. Like you're able to see beauty in all things. This is a green flag. Some of you, if you ever lost a parent, a pet, a child, my condolences for anybody who has gone through these things. If you ever lost siblings or anything like that, and you have talked about it with people, I think the way that you talk about these experiences or the way that you show up after these experiences is a green flag. People feel like you have had a very healthy emotional response to grieving. Like, how you've handled the ending of certain things is a green flag. Somebody in here, if you have dimples, that's a green flag. Somebody in here, if you have dimples, that's a green flag. People feel like your looks are a green flag for some reason. They like your eyes, they like your hair, they like your dimples, they like your body. They like your flaws. Some of y'all got stretch marks. They like your stretch marks. Okay, maybe you have body hair or something. I don't know. Man, woman, person, doesn't matter. People like this about you. They feel like that's a green flag. You also may like meditating. That's a green flag. What makes pile 3 a green flag? What are pile 3's green flags? Is this upright or reverse? Major if this is reverse. No, it's upright. What are green flags about pile 3? Pile 3, if you are very particular about who you choose to hang around or who you choose to date, like if you are not the most open to people, this is a green flag. People like how you're not as open to everybody. Because I feel like a lot of people want to be around you, but you're not open to everybody. And this is a green flag to people. They like how closed off you are. But how they still feel connected to you. People like that they feel connected to you, but you're not that open. What are more green flags? What are green flags? What are green flags? Yeah. I'm also getting an energy here where it's like you could be a multitasker. You do a lot. You do a lot. People stress out over you, pile 3. It's a lot of people in your energy that stress out over you because they feel like you do a lot. They feel like a lot of people want to be in your energy and you just choose to focus on yourself. You're not as open as people want you to be. People want to get your attention. You don't pay attention to them. That's a green flag. You might be like, I'm focused on work right now, or I'm focused on my purpose right now, or I'm focused on this thing right now. And somebody's like, that's a green flag. You know why? Because again, if this is someone that's looking at you as like a prospect when it comes to dating, you would much rather focus on your purpose and what you love to do and yourself, your money, all of that, rather than people. Somebody views that as a green flag. They feel like the fact that you're not seeking the validation or attention from other people, that's a green flag. Like if you were the type of person where people would talk to you and you would be like, oh, I'm talking to like 5 different people. It's so many people I'm talking to right now. And it's like, but what's your hobbies though? And you don't have any hobbies. All you do is date. They would view that as a red flag. You seem to be someone that has a lot of things that they do, or a lot of business they need to handle, or a lot of almost responsibilities. Like some of you guys, you have responsibilities, priorities. Your priorities are straight. A lot of you are in alignment with what's important, and people view that as a green flag. I feel like people view you as someone that they can count on. That's a green flag. Yeah. Some of you, people also feel like it's a green flag that this could be one specific person or it's more than one person. But somebody in your energy feels like it's a green flag how you're always busy. Like I said, maybe it's like a thing where if you own a business, you're always booked and busy. And that's a green flag to some people because they're like, oh, clearly they got a lot of clientele. Clearly they got a lot of traction. Like this is someone that gets a lot of work. They view that as a green flag. Others of you, there is somebody in your energy that likes you. Somebody likes you, pile 3. They're romantically interested in you. And they can't tell if you like them. And they're viewing that as a green flag. Why are they viewing this as a green flag? They can't even tell if you're single, honestly. This person likes how they can't tell whether you're single, whether you like them, what's going on. Why is this coming up? Yeah, for some of you, this person feels like they can't tell because, I don't know. They feel like you have a lot of options, but you're picky about who you date. They may also have a lot of options, but they feel like you're the one that they want. You're the one that stands out. Why is pile 3 standing out? Why is pile 3 a green flag to this person? Why is pile 3 a green flag to this person? You seem more family oriented, or you seem more long term. You seem like you want to be long term. If you're in a relationship with your partner feels like you keep them on their toes, and they love that about you. This is a green flag to them. They're never bored with you. I feel like even if you're in a relationship, it's not that you come off single, but you got other stuff to do. You're not all up under your husband, or you're not all up under your wife. Like you have other things that you can handle outside of this person. This person likes that. They like that you're not like, it's like you're not trying to figure out what they're doing. So they trying to figure out what you're doing. They want to know what's going on with you. They like, where are you at? What are you doing? You didn't call me today. You didn't hit me up. Like, what's going on? And you might be like, oh, I was working. I was busy. I was doing this. I was doing that. I had to handle this. I had to handle that. They're like, so were you around people or what was going on? You're like, I saw some people, but I wasn't, I'm not. If you're if you're trying to insinuate that I'm dating someone or talking to other people, no. I feel like you don't talk to people all the time. You do talk to people maybe within business or again in passing, but a lot of you are not, like even with the obedience thing. This obedience energy is giving me loyal, faithful. Yeah. Like some of you, your circle is small. If somebody is called your best friend or your closest friend, they really are your closest friend. You don't have 5, 6, or 7 close friends, or like, I mean, you could have 5, 6, or 7 close friends, but not everybody is like your best friend or your closest friend. You might have a couple people that you're like, yeah, these are my close friends. Yeah, this is my, like, if you have a partner, that's your partner. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. And probably everybody knows that's your partner. I feel like you're mysterious about it, though. The people who don't know, they don't even know if you're single or not. Some of y'all come off like you're not even in a relationship if you're in one. But even if you are in a relationship, I feel like when you have a partner, people know who your partner is because there's no other way that you're dating anybody else, because it's so clear that you are not entertaining people. You don't entertain people. This is a green flag. You might have a lot of people that like you, but you don't date a lot of people. Yeah, that's a green flag. Somebody might be curious to know like who your exes are and all of this, and you're like, I can count them on one hand. Like, it's not that many. I don't think you commit to people often. It's not that you're non-committal, but you take commitment seriously, so you don't commit to everybody. And because you're like this is a green flag to somebody. They're like, oh, they don't even date. This person is like, you have to really like somebody to date them. You could date, but it's like, you're not casually. I'm getting the vibe of like, when given the opportunity to juggle a lot of people, you would much rather focus on yourself and align with the right person. Some of y'all, you don't have it in you to be like juggling hella people. And even if you are juggling people, I don't think you're taking anybody seriously because you're more focused on yourself. That's a green flag. Somebody in here, you could be a Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio. You could be an Aries. You could be an Aquarius. I'm getting Aquarius, Lemini. I'm getting Aquarius, Gemini, Libra. I'm seeing Sagittarius, fixed signs. So Scorpio, Taurus, Leo, and Aquarius. Capricorn may also be relevant. Yep, and that's all that we have. That's all that I have in this pile. Pile 3. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Turn on your notification bells. Check the description box down below to book a personal reading. Book a personal reading if you need further guidance. Hi, pile 4. You're the pile that chose image 4. All right, pile 4. Before we actually get into the tarot, I'm going to channel some of the messages off of these oracles. So, pile 4, what are your green flags? I feel like pile 4, you have limitations or boundaries. And I know that may not sound like that's a green flag, but I'm getting like there are certain limits. Like, you're like, yeah, I'll do that, but only up until this point. Or, yeah, I like that, but only up until this point. For some reason, that is a green flag. Excuse me. I'm specifically getting the example when it comes to magic or spell work or astrology or anything that is mystical. If you are the type of person that like, you have friends that are spiritual, or you watch tarot, or you might follow the moon phases, or you read your horoscope and stuff like that, but you don't do candle magic, or you don't read tarot yourself, or you don't do something yourself. Like, maybe you'll buy a spell from another person. Some of y'all, you don't dabble in spell work at all, but I'm getting the energy of like, you'll call a practitioner to do a spell, but you won't do it yourself. You'll call somebody else to get a tarot reading done, but you won't pull your own cards. For some reason, that's a green flag. People feel like that's a green flag because you're not judgy. You're not judging other people for what they do, but you also, it's almost giving me a self-awareness vibe, because I'm not going to lie, as a reader, even though I feel like everybody is meant to strengthen their own intuition, not everybody is meant to read tarot. That's my own personal opinion. I feel like if you're drawn to read tarot, then yes, you probably are supposed to be reading tarot. But not everybody is meant to pick up a deck and try to read the cards or interpret it. I feel like if you are a reader, especially if you're a good reader, if you are someone that reads and you're really good at interpreting tarot, you were meant to be on that path. But somebody in this pile, you may know like, yeah, I like tarot, but I can't read my own cards. Like, I understand spirituality and I understand myself, but I'm not hopping online and doing no reading, or I'm not going to try to teach people about this, the ins and outs of that. That's actually a green flag to people because they feel like you're self-aware. It's a lot of people that feel like you know your limits. Again, you know your limits. This is the same thing as like going out for drinks and you're like, yeah, I'll have a couple drinks, but if I have to be the DD, I'm not gonna, I'm not gonna drink into being super drunk. I feel like some of you are like, no, you can't even be peer pressured. This is giving me the vibe of somebody that can't be peer pressured. You can't even be pushed into doing this thing. It's like, it is what it is to you. You do what you want to do. For some of you, this is even intertwined into like past relationships and things. There may be certain connections that you were in or certain people that you entertained that you ended up cutting off because you were like, and I've hit my limit. And again, I'm not getting it from a state of like you really aren't going overboard. Maybe in the past you've had experiences that kind of scared you straight, like that kept you away from doing really crazy things. Like maybe at one point in time you didn't have limits, but now you do. That could definitely be the case in this pile. But for others of you, I just feel like you just know when to stop. Like somebody in here, you just know when to stop. I'm really getting that. Like you might be an old soul or something. You're not curious to know something deeper than what it is that you're comfortable with. And that's a green flag. If you're dating someone and you know for a fact that the connection is just lusty and it's not going to move any further than lust, you'll cut them off. And people are like shocked by how you just cut them off because it lets them know that you're not controlled by, I almost want to say like you're not controlled by your emotions, but I do think that you're controlled. I do think that you are in control of your emotions. Yeah, you're not controlled by your emotions. You're in control of them. Some of you are able to entertain connections that aren't that traditional in this pile because of that. Like, not everybody, again, this is giving me like you are an exception in this pile for something. There's something about you that feels like an exception, pile 4. Because I feel like there are people on the planet that will go, if I sleep with this person, I'm going to want to keep sleeping with them and be with them for a very long time. It's going to be hard for me to detach, because you do create soul ties and things with people. Some of you understand that. So you're very particular about who you sleep with. And when you're tired of sleeping with them, you're done. I'm getting like you just tell yourself like it was nice while it lasted. If somebody comes to you and goes, hey, I don't really want anything more than this. Like, I just want to keep it casual. You're like, cool, we'll enjoy it while it's here. You're not going to try to force anybody to stay. You're not going to try to force anything to last long. You're like, I enjoyed it. It is what it is. Somebody's like, oh, you're into tarot? You should get your own tarot deck. You're like, no, I like watching tarot. I like getting tarot readings. That's it. I don't need to do tarot. Oh, you should talk more about this, or you should learn more about this. You're like, no. Something about you is funny. You're very practical. You may be practical in this pile. You do what you want to do. You do what brings you balance. So I don't know how to describe this feeling I'm getting in this pile, but there's a very sober energy to you. Maybe some of you guys are sober. Like some of you may be the type that don't drink, don't smoke, don't do anything. Others of you, like I said, there's something about your energy where you just don't go overboard. You don't overdo it. You don't overdo it. If you were in a room full of people and everybody was like partying and they were, smoking and drinking and all kinds of stuff, I feel like you would be like, yeah, I can take a puff or two and I can take a sip or two and that's it. And that's it. Like no more. You're not at the party to black out. You just want the buzz and you're trying to go. I don't know why I'm getting that scenario so heavy, but that's what I'm getting. You just want the buzz and then you're like, all right, cool. They're like, you sure you don't want? You're like, no, I don't want that. You go with the flow. You're real chill. Yeah, I'm getting like you just go with the flow. Like even down to like, let's say somebody's making plans with you and they're like, hey, last minute, is it okay if we stop here before we go to the event? Because I need to buy this. You're like, yeah, we could stop there. Somebody's like, hey, I don't think I want to hang out tonight. Is it cool if we hang out next week or something like that? You're like, yeah, that's fine. You're really not mad. And you're really not mad. Your cortisol levels are low. Somebody in pile 4, your cortisol levels must be low. If your cortisol levels are not low, baby, you are coming off like the coolest of cucumbers. You do not stress. Nobody's going to make you stress. You don't let things stress you out. Some of you guys have really great music taste. People love your music taste. That's a green flag. If you have any musical abilities, that's a green flag. If you can play an instrument, you can sing, you write, anything like that, that's also a green flag. But I'm getting something here about what you listen to, what you choose to. Your voice could be a green flag. People hear your voice. They like how you sound. They like what you talk about. Yeah. You're the person when people invite you to places, you're like, chill. You're not doing too much. You're not doing too much. I like your vibe. I feel like somebody in this pile, it's like you're not seeking attention. You're not seeking attention, but you get it. You're also not afraid to speak up, but you probably don't speak too much, you know? You speak when spoken to. You speak if something's important to say. But you're not really like pressed to talk. You're just chill. Some of you are also not the type of people that need advice from people a lot. Or, yeah, like, that's what I'm saying. Like, you might watch a reading or something here and there, but you're not watching it a lot. You're not doing it too much. This actually reminds me of like some of my family members or like the people around me that know that I read tarot. Like, yes, there are people around me that are also readers or who are also spiritualists. So they watch it or, you know, read their own cards or watch it as much as me. But then there's other people in my life who know that I make readings and stuff like that. And like, if they watch it, they'll tell me. But 9 times out of 10, they don't care. You know, I mean, and it's not a bad thing. Like, they don't care. Like, they don't support me. They support me. They just like, they're like, you know, I don't got to watch. Or, I don't really need any insight from this. But if they need it, they'll watch. But if they don't, they're like, no, I'm not watching it right now. Might not even be on social media. Some of y'all, you may not even be active on social media like that. And that's a green flag to people. You're the type of person that doesn't post a lot. Or you're not always online or something like that. What is pile 4's green flags? What are pile 4's green flags? What are pile 4's green flags? Pile 4, some of y'all don't want commitment. Okay? Some of you don't desire commitment. And that's a green flag for somebody. Why? I think it's a green flag because if you wanted it, you would say it. If you don't want it, you're going to say it. It's pretty clear. Like, you might tell people, like, that's why I said you're really good at limits. You're the type of person where it's like, if it's just a physical connection, we're leaving it at that. If you're just my party friend, we're leaving it at that. If this is someone that I want to date, then we're going to be building towards a relationship. If this is a work colleague, we just keeping it at work. You know, I'm not going to take this out of work. We're going to keep it at work. We're going to keep it here. There's certain limits. Again, limits. You are a pal about limits. You set these limits for people. If I say you're my friend, you're my friend. If I say I want to talk to you, I want to talk to you. There's no room for confusion with you. And if people are confused, all they got to do is ask. Because I feel like you don't have any issues with telling people what it is that you feel. Yeah, but some of you don't want a relationship right now, and that's a green flag. Why is that such a green flag to somebody? Maybe they don't want one either. Or, you know what this is giving me too? Like, if it's not someone that wants to date you per se, this could even be a vibe of like, you having a friend that's like, oh, I'm not focused on love right now. And they're like, same. Somebody's like, that's a green flag. I'm not male centered. I'm not woman centered. I'm not focused on love. I'm not focused on that. Yeah, like same thing. The same thing that I'm saying, like even down to some of my family members and even some of the clients that I come into contact with. There's people who come to me solely for career readings. They do not want to know about love. Even if love comes up, like if love comes up in the reading, then of course they want to know about it. But if they come to me for a career reading, they're like, that's exactly what I need to know about. Where the money at? Where the money at? Have you ever seen that clip? I love that clip of the woman. I don't know what her name is, but she's I don't know if you have this vibe, Paul, but she's like dancing. She's like shimmying on camera. I don't know if she's like on a live, like a TikTok live or like an Instagram live or something like that. But she's like the woman who has the head wrap and she has pretty eyes. Like I don't know what her name is, but she's like somebody in the comments is like, can you like you have my heart. And she's like, why are people always trying to give me their heart? Where the money at? Where the money at? Where the funds at? She's like, give me something that I want. Where's your wallet? Right? And not saying that that's how you guys are. Some of y'all, you could be this way. But I'm kind of getting that vibe. Like, instead of somebody looking at her, because the men were still in the comments, like, kikiing, because they were like, oh, she crazy. Like, she's just so honest. I'm getting, like, you're so honest, though. And that could be a turn on for people. If somebody asks you, like, what do you want with me? And you're like, listen, I only date people who are financially stable. So if you're not financially stable, don't even try. Or I only date people that want to build on a relationship. If you're not ready for this type of relationship, then we can keep it casual. I only want to sleep with people right now. I don't really, if you come to people and somebody goes, do you want to date right now? And you're like, no, I'm not really focused on love. Or you'll be like, no, I'm only dealing with people casually. If you're that honest with people, like up front, if they ask you what you want and you tell them up front what you want, like no games involved, that's a green flag. I view that as a green flag as well. I think that if somebody is being very honest with you about what they want or what they don't want, excuse me, that's a plus. Because why leave areas gray? Yeah. You also don't seem to be the type of person that waits for people. Like if you do want to date someone long term, okay? Or if you do want to go somewhere with someone, if you do want to build something with someone, or if you do want to invest in something, and this person isn't on the same path as you, it's like, okay, well, I'm going to move forward. You're not ready for commitment? Cool. And you like separate, you detach yourself. All you want is lust? Cool. Mm-hmm. You're very honest. Somebody's like, yeah, I really want to sleep with you. You're like, oh, well, I'm not going to sleep with you. Or, I do want to sleep with you. I do want to be with you. Somebody asks you, like, would you ever want to do this with me? You're like, yeah. You're like, yeah. Would you ever consider being with me? Yes. It's so easy for you. It's so easy for you. That's a green flag. That's a green flag. Somebody in here, it's a very easy yes or no type of statement. Do you believe in this? Yes. Do you believe in that? No. Would you ever want this? No. Would you ever want that? Yes. Would you ever want that with me? Yeah. Do you like me? Yeah. I feel like you're willing to tell people and they're like, oh, okay. That's a green flag. Uh-huh. I feel like people are shocked by how attracted they are to you because of your honesty. Some of you may even be the type where it's like if somebody comes to you for advice, you're very honest. I'm even getting an energy in this pile where it's like some of you could be a reader. Somebody in this pile, you could be a reader. But even if you're a reader, again, there are limits. There are people who are like this. You could be a reader, but you don't dabble in candle magic. You could be a reader, but you don't know a lot about astrology. You know? There's something that you know, but you don't know all of it. And for some reason, this is a green flag to people. You could be a reader, but you don't watch other readers. You're like, yeah, I do tarot, but I don't watch a lot of tarot. For some reason, that's a green flag. You're really comfortable in silence. You're not triggered by silence in this pile. If somebody wants to stay quiet, or if somebody disappears, or if somebody isn't talking to you, you're not stressing. Yeah. If anything, people start stressing about you and they want to come your way because they're like, why aren't you stressed? Yeah. Why aren't you stressed? And you're like, I'm just chilling. I'm just focused on myself. Or you said you didn't want this, so I'm dating other people. Why didn't you show up at the event? Because I told you I stopped drinking. I don't want to go. Hey, you want to hang out? No, not tonight. No, not tonight. They're like, what? Hey, why didn't you do this? I feel like you're just not afraid to be honest. Some of y'all, you don't sugarcoat. You don't. You're very honest. And it's not giving, I'm just being honest, but you're mean. You're not mean. You're just being honest. I feel like your honesty is refreshing because it's not from a space of spite or like madness or something like that. Like you're just kind of frank with it. You're also very motivational. People get motivated by you. This is even giving me the vibe. Again, I'm talking about the advice you give to people or the things that you say, but like just as much as you could probably tell somebody something and it's going to be like, whew, that was pretty hard to hear, but you're right. I'm also getting like when you motivate people, you say some things that really hits them at their core. The type of motivation or encouragement you give people is a green flag because people realize that like you're not jealous, you're not envious, you're not self-serving. You care about people. You care about me, you care about people, and you are like you're good at that. You're good at being honest. Yeah. I'm also picking up on something here about if you've had connections with people where you really did have like great smacks, but you still chose to like cut them off. It's some people in your energy that feel like that's a green flag. Because it's like, how did you cut me off? And I know I put it down on you. Or even you. It's like, how did you cut me off and you put it down on me? Some of y'all, it was, it's not even like it's like, it was never that serious. But it's kind of like when it's done, it's done. You're not worried about keeping things going. That's a green flag. All right, so signs that could be relevant in this pile. I'm seeing Aries, Aquarius, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, Aries, Leo, Sag, Pisces, Cancer, Taurus, and a little Gemini, Libra, Aquarius is out here, okay? That's all that I have in this pile. I didn't read the numbers. Sorry. I'm seeing 26, 43, 36, 39, 24, and 28. Also, another 24 and a 45. Leo, Virgo, Cancer, Libra, Sagittarius, Capricorn, Gemini, Scorpio. Yep. All right, that's all that I have. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Turn on your notification bells. Check the description box down below to book a personal reading. Book a personal reading if you need further guidance. Hi, Pal 5. You're the pal that chose image 5. All right, so before we get into what your green flags are. Sorry for the delay. I took a break in between, so now I'm like, I'm almost a little out of it. But before we look into what your green flags are, Pal 5, I'm going to look into the oracles that we have up here, and then I'm going to get into the tarot. I said that kind of weird, but I plan on shuffling on camera. That's really what I wanted to say. So, people in this reading, what are your green flags? Your green flags, one major green flag for you is your commitment to self-love. Whether that's like making sure you keep up with your health, making sure you keep up with your beauty routines, making sure you keep up with your beauty sleep. Many of you are devoted to self-love, being on your own, prioritizing your peace of mind. Okay, making the time for you to do certain rituals. This is something that people view as a green flag. Because I feel like if you love yourself, of course you would be able to love someone else. That's the only way to properly love other people. Yeah. Some of you guys, you love yourself so much. Somebody in this pile, you could be a bit of a loner. Or there's something here about you not having issues with being alone. You may have a history of leaving toxic relationships behind or toxic friendships behind because you realize that you don't align with those people or that they don't fully support who you are. And it's funny because I'm not getting the vibe where it's like you choose to be alone because you hate people or you don't want to be around people. For a lot of you, I think that you leave people behind that you don't align with so that you can align with the right type of people, and that's a green flag. You would much rather be around people who love you or who respect you or who see you for who you are, or who know your worth than settle, and that's a green flag. Yeah. I'm also getting something here about, like I said, there is a bit of a loner vibe in this pile. So if you are someone that has a lot of friends, you may hang out with your friends when you can, but if you don't want to, you don't. That's a green flag. Like you might even be someone that like rarely goes out. Like you will pop out. You will pop out, but you're not always out. That's a green flag to people. Okay? Your honesty is also a green flag. If any of you have a following in this pile, specifically a large female following, whether you're a masculine or a feminine, that's a green flag to people. Could be men and women. You could have an array of people that follow you, but I'm getting like if you have a lot of women that like you for some reason, that's a green flag. Pile 5. Like you might have a lot of female followers, or you have a lot of fans that are women, or women just like you, and people view that as a green flag because women are a green flag. It's like no, men and women are green flags, but you know. If you are someone that genuinely is liked by women, a lot of times people do view that as a positive thing. And like healthy women, I'm not getting like you're liked by toxic women. I'm getting healthy women. So even if you're like a guy, you might be one guy amongst a group of feminines, like in a friend group. You could be the one guy that's hanging out with all the girls that are like really particular about who they hang out with. People view that as a plus. That's a plus for sure. If you are a guy who has a lot of sisters, they view that as a green flag. If you are a woman that has a lot of feminine friends, female friends, that is a green flag. What else? Yeah, I'm hearing I'm every woman in my mind. So somebody in here, you might be very feminine, or you might be someone that connects with all kinds of women, or you are someone that supports women. Some of you could be in the LGBTQ community. I'm getting the energy of a gay male. You don't have to be a gay male, but I'm getting that vibe as well. Like you could be a masculine that has a bunch of feminine friends, or maybe you don't have to be gay. I'm not trying to offend anybody, but it could even be a thing where it's like you could be a DJ, a musician, you could be a hairstylist, a makeup artist, a clothing designer, and like the majority of your demographic of people who shop with you or who listen to you or who connect with you are women. That's a green flag. Yeah. Like, if you're a masculine artist, this is giving me, I'm not gonna lie, I know some people might be offended, but this is giving me Drake. You know how Drake had recently, like, put out all the stuff where he basically has had these, like, events where he's giving women, like, cars and money, and he's been, like, how he's promoting his album. He had a bunch of events where he was, like, basically giving back to the people who have shown him love. I'm getting that vibe. Like, you might be someone where, like, all the ladies like you. The ladies love you. Whoever's in this pile, even if you are a feminine. If you're a feminine, the ladies love you. But if you are a masculine, I'm getting, like, ladies might really love you, and people love that. You come into a party, everybody's excited to see you. When you talk about your friend group, all the girls in your friend group love you. I'm going to see if men come up in this at all. But right now, I'm getting a heavy feminine energy in this pile. Like, a lot of women like you, and that's a green flag. If you're a masculine that has a lot of women around you too, that's probably a green flag to other masculines that date women, because it's like, whoa, clearly this guy has the sauce, or clearly this guy is like a vibe. Like, women feel safe around him, you know? For those of you that are masculines that date women or who are interested in women. Did I say you're very honest as well? I'm picking up on this honesty energy in this pile. Somebody in here, you're very honest. You're someone that is very emotionally open as well, or vulnerable or honest about your feelings. You may be emotionally intelligent. People view this as being a green flag. The way that you're able to hold more than one emotion at one time. Okay? So you could be happy and sad at the same time, or angry, but also like not taking out your anger on someone. Like, I'm getting that vibe. Some of you guys, you're really good at regulating your emotions. That's a green flag. Like, you could say that you're upset, but you're not going to flip a table or wild out or cuss somebody out. You're just like, I'm upset. Or you could be sad about something, and it's like, this is giving me the vibe of someone. Have you ever been around people where it's like, let's say somebody's having a birthday party and one of your friends can't make it, and it's one of your favorite friends, and you're like, oh, I love them, they can't come. And it's like, no, so and so can't come. But it's like, you know what, that's okay, like, I'll just see them later. And it's like, but you'll still have a good time. In that moment, you might have genuinely been sad, but you'll still make a way to have a good time. That is a green flag to people, because instead of making it a thing where it's like, oh, they can't come, how dare they, da 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 da, or oh, they can't come, now I'm so depressed, I can't even enjoy the night, I can't even have a good time, like, I'm just so sad, and like, the rest of the day is ruined, everything is ruined. Little inconveniences, or I don't even want to say little ones, it could be big ones as well. Inconveniences or like upsetting situations will not ruin your day, or will not ruin your life. You'll get over it. You'll find a way to get over it. You'll find a way to move forward. The restaurant's closed. That's okay. We'll go to another restaurant. You can't wear that outfit. That's okay. We'll find something else to wear. You know, you make do. You make do for whoever's in this pile. Somebody in here, you can dance, and that is a green flag. People like how you dance, or people like that you like to dance. What's a green flag? What are pile 5's green flags? Yes, pile 5. What are pile 5's green flags? Pile 5, some of you guys could have a following. I'm getting that in this pile. Some of you could have a following, and if you do have a following, I feel like you have the type of influence that really helps other people heal. You could be a healer. Okay, or you could be someone that is helping people work through emotions that they are having a hard time processing, whether it's through your artwork, your creativity, the things that you post, the things that you say. There's something here about you helping people change their perspective. I feel like you're positive, so other people are able to see the positive in a situation because of you. Or like you're just helping people. Like maybe people are going through a hard time. My hair is messed up. You do their hair. My makeup's messed up. You show them how to do their makeup, or you help them with their makeup. I don't know what to do with my love life. You're a reader and you do a reading about love. I don't know what to listen to at this event. You make music for people to have at an event or for their birthday or something like that. Like I'm getting something about you helping people who have issues. When they have a problem, you solve it. In whatever way that is. You post a thing that really changes the person's mood for the day, or you know, you make the joke that really changes their mind. Some of you guys are able to take your feelings out of decisions that you have to make and keep moving forward as well. So this is a very interesting pile, because just as much as you are emotionally intelligent, there's also something here about you being able to detach. And people are noticing this. Like, people think it's a green flag how, like, sometimes you're really good at expressing your emotions, but then other times you take your emotions out of it and you're like, well, I just got to handle business. People think that's a green flag. For those of you where it's not a online presence that you have, I'm also getting something here about people in your energy from all walks of life. Seeing you, I don't know, I want to say seeing you differently. Or maybe even like, you're a very interesting type of person, Pile 5. I feel like however you show up in the world, regardless of your culture, your background, your gender, anything like that, something about how you show up is different from how other people of the same background or demographic show up. And for some reason, that is a green flag to people. Not saying that these people, I mean, God forbid these people are racist or judgmental or anything like that. But I kind of get the vibe where it's like, you are an anomaly. Like, you are very different. You might be like, I don't know if you're not the only person in the world like this, but for some reason, amongst the people that you're around, you're a green flag because, sorry, I hit the mic. Amongst the people you're around, you're a green flag because you break certain stereotypes. There's certain stereotypes that you break based off of who you are. Some of you have closed out cycles where you were stuck in the past, relationships, friendships, all kinds of stuff where you may have stuck around for the wrong reasons, and that's a green flag. The fact that you left these people behind. Some of you have people in your energy that view you as a green flag because even though it may have felt like you and them were attracted to each other, you didn't sleep with them. Somebody in your energy feels like it's a green flag that they could tell that you were attracted to them, but you didn't sleep with them. Okay, so I don't know what that's about. You know what this feels like? It's like, again, if you are someone that has a large friend group, maybe there are people around you that are really attractive, and normally they would get hit on. Normally somebody would make a move. Normally, someone would blur the lines in a relationship, but you are the type of person that's able to see past the lusty aspects of a relationship, and you really want to get to know people. Even if you're a feminines in this reading, if you have like men around you that like you, some of you guys have had men around you that were attracted to you, and maybe they knew you were attracted to them, but you didn't try anything on them. Yeah. You didn't try anything on them. Because I feel like it could have been business, or you were, I don't know, like, you were not looking at something that way. Some of you guys were like taking something very seriously. You might have even wanted to be committed to certain people. Some people are viewing you as a green flag because they might have thought you wanted lust and you actually wanted a relationship. And they were like, damn, that's a green flag. You made somebody feel like, yeah, somebody's like, this person's not lusty. Or this person is not trying to manipulate me with their sexual energy. You could even have people in your energy that have tried to get you to act out of character or something like that. And instead of you acting out of character, you kept moving forward. You moved forward with grace. Yeah. You might have left certain people behind. I don't know what this is about. Some of you have been tested by people. It's a green flag how some people have tried to make passes at you or make moves on you, and you didn't like go after them, or whatever it is. Like maybe you've had people say very lusty things towards you or make certain moves towards you romantically, and it's like you were like, no, you know? What's this here for? Why is this a green flag? Yeah, for some of y'all, I mean, it could even be women. If you're a woman dealing with other women, or if you are a masculine dealing with women, some of y'all have even had women try to make passes at you or do certain things to get your attention, and I feel like you just were not going for it. You could be a woman who's not in the LGBTQ community, but it's like somebody made a pass at you and you were like, no. Or somebody has tried to make moves on you and it's like you just weren't, you didn't take advantage of it in that way. You didn't make it lusty. Or if you're a masculine and these are feminines making moves on you, you didn't make it lusty. Some of y'all didn't fall for something lusty. I'm even getting an energy here where it's like, if you have made any passes at people, or if you have did anything that you felt was inappropriate, you apologize for it, or you make it clear that you're not trying to be offensive in that way, that is a green flag. I'm getting the energy of people trying to throw energy at you. People could be very attracted to you in this pile. Some of you have feminines and masculines that have tried to make passes at you or have tried to put you in situations where you would like lust after them, or they would hope that you would lust after them or want to talk to them. But whether you're in the LGBTQIA plus community or not, I feel like you were not going for it. You weren't open to it. And that's a green flag. Some of these people want to apologize to you. They feel bad. Yeah, they could be judging themselves, honestly. What's another green flag? Your work ethic. Whatever you do for work, people love that. They love what you speak about online. They love the way that you show up. They love the way that you entice people. People are very intrigued by you, what you have to say. They like you. Like I said, it could be women. And you want to know what's funny? The community that you have, they might view you as family, or they're like very close to you. Or again, like the friends and the people that you've acquired as time has gone on. I'm getting the energy of like a DJ for some reason. Some of you guys, you don't have to be a DJ, but like, you know how people will have like a favorite, again, a favorite artist or like a favorite DJ or something like that. And I feel like I'm getting DJs because DJs really like get the crowd going. If you have a really good DJ, of course an artist can do the same, but you know, like if you're at an event or like you're at a concert before the artist goes on and they have a DJ, depending on what that DJ is playing, it's like you will really love the DJ because it's like, yes, DJ, like you know us, we love you, right? You knew everything I wanted to hear. And I'm getting something about you. It's like you have a loyal following, or you gain a lot of loyal supporters because you just know your crowd. Somebody in here, you know your crowd. The crowd loves you. Whoever it is that you're working with or whoever you're around, they love you. You are changing people's lives. You are impacting people. You could have been doing this for a while now as well. People have always loved your sound. People have always loved your vibe. People have always loved, like they love whatever you've built for yourself. You're skilled. You're very skilled in what you do. And for some of you, the people in the audience are the ones that view this as a green flag. But for others of you, it's the people outside of you that are seeing you have an audience, or the people outside of you that are seeing the people that love your work that are like, wow, that's a green flag. It's like this person, all they have are really amazing fans, like the people that like them. Some of you have a fan base in this pile, whoever I'm talking to. Doesn't have to be huge, but for some of you, it's like a nice little fan base. And whoever it is, the people that like you, even if it's a smaller fan base, like even if you have like a page and it's only got 100 followers, or it's only got like 100 can be a lot for somebody. You know, I'm not judging anyone, but it could be like you have like Yeah, like I'm going to say minimum 100. Some of you guys could have an account or something and you have like 100 followers. The people that follow your account or the people that support you, they might be really cool people, really gorgeous people, really affluent people, really successful people. And because you've attracted this type of tribe, there's people around you that are like, oh, this is a green flag. This person is a green flag because they are surrounded by green flags. Yeah. People really like you. Okay. So that's all that I have in this pile. We have Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, Gemini, Virgo, Aries, Leo, Sag, Scorpio, Libra, Taurus, Sag, Cancer, Pisces, Aquarius, Scorpio, Taurus, Leo, Aquarius, Capricorn. Earth signs are out here as well. That could be all signs, I guess. Yep. But that's what I have in this pile 5. Thank you so much for tuning in. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Turn on your notification bells. Check the description box down below to book a personal reading. Book a personal reading if you need further guidance. Hi, pile 6. You're the pile that chose image 6. All right. I plan on shuffling on camera today, so let me interpret the oracles that I have out here, and then we'll get into some deeper messages around what your green flags are. But pile 6, it's a lot of cats out on the board, which makes me want to use my cat tarot deck. I'm about to switch my deck. It's a lot of cats on this board, y'all. Some of you guys, you might like cats, or cats really like you. That's a green flag. You know, some people really believe that that's a green flag because, no shade to dogs, love a dog. Dogs tend to be very friendly and almost like a bit codependent on people. Like, dogs really need their owners to take care of them in a way where, you know, they need a lot of attention. Not saying that cats don't need attention, but low key, cats don't need as much attention as dogs. Cats are more independent, things like that. You may have that type of vibe. That's a green flag. But I'm also getting, like, very literally, some of you have a cat, or cats really like you, or you really like cats. That's a green flag to somebody. You may also really like children. Okay, or you are someone that is really in touch with your inner child, or if you have a child, you're a really good parent. Pile 6, or if you are a aunt or an uncle, you are a really good parent, or well, some of y'all, I said parent, I didn't mean to say parent. You could be a really good aunt or uncle. Did I say niece or nephew? That's what I wanted to say. You could have a niece or nephew. When I said if you are an aunt or uncle, you could be a really good parent, that also makes me feel like some of you could be taking care of somebody else's child. That's not for all of you. But if you are someone that, like, takes care of someone else's child, or if you have a tendency to, like, look out for other people's children, that's a green flag. Maybe you're like the designated babysitter, or people love having their kids around you because their kids like you. That's a green flag. What else? Some of you are into yoga, or you exercise often. That's a green flag. Many of you care about what's going on in the world, what's going on within politics. You are someone that is a humanitarian. You fight for certain causes. You speak up about different things. Or online, you're someone that is actively looking at or liking things that are related to society and helping society. This is a green flag. Some of you are really into the ocean, okay? Whether it's like helping out when it comes to healing the ocean. You might not drink from plastic straws and things like that. You care about recycling. Others of you, I'm getting like you have this really, some of you have a really like deep type of energy. Deeper than the eye can see. You're deeper than what people can see, and that is a green flag. People don't know you all the way off rip. If somebody meets you, they won't know everything about you until they get to really know you. That is a green flag. You don't force things. You don't fake things. You don't change who you are so that you can appease other people. A lot of you would much rather coexist amongst people than conform. Okay? I feel like you're also very intelligent in this pile. I was about to say attentive. I meant to say intelligent, but I was going to say attentive. You may also be very attentive. Okay? You pay attention to a lot of things. You care. If any of you are in an interracial relationship or you date outside of your culture or race, some people view that as a green flag. Like if you're able to, again, coexist amongst people who are different from you, whether it's different spiritual backgrounds, different cultures, different races, anything like that, people enjoy this. And you know what I'm getting in this pile? Because I'm getting a mixture of someone that, again, may care about a lot of things that are going on in society, may protest about certain stuff, may have really strong opinions about what's going on in the world. But it's like, just because you are fighting certain causes does not mean that you don't care about people. So there's this vibe where it's like, even if you are like, let's say you're against racism, right? If you are a black person who is against racism, you are going to fight that cause, but you also you also are going to celebrate your culture, but you also are not going to just demonize every person that isn't of your race. Okay, like I'm getting that vibe. Like you're not looking at everybody as the enemy, but you definitely are resistant against enemies. You have an opinion. This is a green flag. Like you might not change who you are amongst certain people. There are people in the world that will change who they are amongst certain groups. Even if you're not black, some of you guys, you could be white, you could be Indian, you could be Asian, you could be Latino, you could be anything. Whatever it is that you are, I'm getting like you are very proud of who you are and you are very firm about your opinions, and you probably don't change that when you're in rooms with different people. You don't try to come off like, oh, well, you know, I don't have to talk about this or I don't have an opinion on that. Like, no, I'm getting like you'll share your opinion across the board. And it's like either people are going to get it or they're not going to get it, or either people are going to be offended or they're not going to be offended. You know, even if you are a white person, some of you guys, you could be in rooms with other white people who are racist. And it's like, you're like, okay, well, I'm not. So you're like, I'll share my opinion. And even if it ruffles feathers or even if it causes some sort of rift, it's like you don't change your opinion. And that's a green flag. People around you are like, oh yeah, pile 6 or yeah, pile 6. I was going to say, I can't remember how many piles I had. They're like, pile 6 is real. I just saw 655 on the timestamp. That may be a significant angel number for you. People are like, pile 6 is real. They think you're real, pile 6. That's a green flag. You being a bit outspoken is a green flag. You're also very funny. You joke around a lot. Your inner child is very active. This is a green flag. Some of you, your body is very nice. No matter the size. Something about your proportions is very nice. You're very evenly weighted, whether you're a masculine or a feminine. And for some reason, that's a green flag. You wear your weight well. If you're tiny, you're still looking good. If you're bigger, you're still looking good. If you're short, you're looking good. Tall, looking good. I'm just getting you look good. A green flag for you is that you look good to people. Okay? I said you guys were working out. Yeah, some of you guys are into your fitness or you care a lot about your fitness. This is something that people like about you. Some of you are very hygienic as well. So if you make sure that you take care of your hygiene, your bathing often, your spiritual hygiene, you get your nails done, your toes done, all of that stuff, people think that's very attractive, but also it's a green flag. What are pile What are pile six's green flags? It's a lot of people that feel like you can get whatever you want. You're very powerful. A lot of power behind you. You're like a powerhouse, pile six. You come off like somebody that is capable of achieving everything that they want. Yes. How many is this? 6, 7? Not 6, 7. Some of you guys could also be, I don't know, trendy. Like you know what's going on with the trends, or you're up to date with things. Yeah, I'm getting like when it comes down to you speaking your mind, you don't hold back, y'all. And because you don't hold back, that is attractive. This reading is not meant to be about what's attractive though. This reading is about why you are, what's your green flags. And I mean, I feel like your green flags are attractive. Some people like the fact that you're very honest. Could even be a bit blunt. You're not worried about an argument, y'all. If you have something to say, you're going to say it. Yeah. You're charming. You're charming about it. Like, people still like you at the end of the day. They like they like how you approach conversations, but when you have something to say, you say it. Yeah, like you're not going to back down. This makes me think about, there's been times in my life where people were like, oh, really? Like people would try to challenge me. People would try to say stuff to me where it's like oh, really? And I'm getting like a yes. Like a yes, really? What the hell? Yeah, I said what I said. I'm getting like somebody in here, you are like a I said what I said type of person. Okay? Nene Leaks. Somebody in here, you a Nene Leaks. I said what I said. You might like reality TV show or TV shows, not just a show. I mean, maybe you like one show. If you're not liking reality TV shows, there's something about you that's just like real. Like, and I'm getting reality TV shows like vintage reality TV shows. Not saying modern ones aren't real, but sometimes they can be a bit scripted. I'm getting like you're very real. Do you remember in the past where they had like The Real World? Why is this cracking me up? Mile 6. Somebody in here, like, do you remember The Real World? Like the actual reality show, The Real World? Or like, I don't know, like True Life. Like some of y'all, you have a vibe where it's like, you're just real. You're just dealing with real stuff. You're just a real person. You're not going to lie. You're not going to fake it. You know, sometimes you're not going to code switch. You might know how to code switch, but you're not going to code switch. You're going to use your accent. You're going to say what you need to say. People think that this is that's a green flag. This is even giving me the vibe of like, I saw a video recently and it was a video from a man who was racially ambiguous. I'm not sure what his race was. Why is this pile so funny to me? I'm not sure what his race was. Somebody in here, you're funny. That really is a green flag. He was racially ambiguous, and I don't know what his race was. He looked like a mixture of things. But the reason why I'm saying this is because he basically was bringing up the fact that he was like, have you ever seen a group of... He looked like Latino or Asian or something. But he was like, have you ever seen a group of white people, like, around people of another race? Like, specifically black people, though. He was like, have you ever seen them kind of, like, evolve into a different version of themselves to fit into the black people, right? And he was bringing up how he thought it was so odd, like in the times where he's been around people, specifically white people, and they had to be around other black people, or like a black person walks in the room or anything like that. He was saying how he could tell that they'd start to be like, you know, what's up, yo? Or like try to be a little bit more like hip, or like, I don't know. Like they wanted to seem like they were like basically hip. That's what I'm getting. They wanted to feel like, they wanted to come off like they fit in, or they understood, or they were like, you know, they were on the same wave or anything like that. But the man was basically saying like, I think it's odd how they do that, because the people that people of other cultures usually respect the most. I mean, unless that's just like your natural demeanor. There are people who were raised around other black people. So if you are like someone of another race that has the same type of tone or cadence as a black person, that's one thing, right? And you'll know if that's a real thing because it'll just come naturally to you. But it's another thing where it's like you could be a very wealthy, privileged person, you know, Caucasian person or white person in a room full of black people, and all of a sudden you just completely lose your your identity to fit in with them. I'm getting like, you would be, if you are a white person, I don't know why this is so significant in this pile, but if you are a white person, you're the type of person where it's like, if you were raised in a privileged family somewhere in, I don't know, Michigan, you're going to talk like someone that was raised in a privileged family in Michigan. No matter if you are in the club, no matter if you are in the hood, no matter if you are in a country club, like I don't know where you would be, but it's like you're not changing who you are to fit in. And I think that matters a lot to the people around you, because if you are around people of different cultures, they like the fact that you're not trying to change who you are to be around them. They're like, yeah, be you. Like, just be you. It's cooler to be you. It's cooler to be authentic. You know, if you don't understand what somebody's talking about, you're not going to try to act like you know what they're talking about. You're like, what does that mean? You know, what's that thing? Can you tell me about that? Or, yeah, I saw that, you know, or even if it does feel like you would probably be a little out of touch, you aren't. Some of you guys are actually hip. Some of you guys are actually on game. Like, there's certain things that you do know. You don't have to be put on. Like, I'm getting something here about you already kind of like, I don't know, somebody in this pile, you're cool. Your vibe is cool. You know? You may not look like someone that is, you may not look like someone that would know what they would say no ball, but you know ball about things that other people don't know that you know about. You know? You could have a favorite rapper. You could have a favorite this. Even if you are a person of another culture, if you're not white, maybe you're black, you're Latino, you're something else. You could be of another race, of a group of people that you're around, but it's like you know what they're talking about. Or you're able to adapt easily without changing yourself, though. That's the real tea. You don't have to change yourself to fit in. You're still you, but you fit in. This is a green flag to people. You'll still talk about your culture because it's like, it's your culture. You're not going to hide your culture. You're not going to erase who you are to fit in, but you're going to fit in. You'll be around people, and I don't know, I'm getting like images of like certain celebrities and people that like, you see them in a room full of people or talking about something, and they're not going to change who they are, but they are going to be loved for who they are because they're lovable. That's your vibe. Your green flag is like, you're going to be who you are regardless, but you're going to be loved for being who you are. What are their green flags? Some of you, you're picky about what you eat. That's a green flag to somebody. Either you are picky or you're not. Some of you, you are picky about what you eat, and that's a green flag to some people. Others of you, you're not picky about what you eat, and that's a green flag. What's a green flag? Another green flag is you are someone that always sees an opportunity for growth. No matter what situation you're in, you always see opportunities for expansion or growth amongst people. I'm even getting when people want to intimidate you. That's why I'm saying this whole thing about like, some of you have been put in situations where people felt like you wouldn't thrive, or you wouldn't be embraced, or you wouldn't be accepted, or, you know, like there's certain things about you that people feel like you would have had to change to elevate, or you would have had to change to be loved. And you don't have to do that. You could even be someone where it's like amongst the people, like I said, whether you're like a white person who's standing up for racism amongst other white people, or even like a black person that's standing up amongst other black people about, you know, I don't know, judging others for certain things within their culture, or, you know, trying to act as if we are a monolith, you know, like, oh, well, if you're not like this, you're not black. I feel like some of you challenge that. Somebody in here, you're challenging things, but in a good way. And it has worked out for you. You've healed from a lot of past trauma or past limits that people have set for you. And you're doing your own thing. Yeah, like you've changed your perspective about how you show up in the world. And the way that you show up now is something that people view as a green flag. Because I feel like instead of you feeling like you had to fit in, you've allowed people to adjust to who you are. And this is a green flag to people. They're like, I love how authentic this person is. You know what this gives me? Cardi B. Cardi B is someone that will sit there and have the, like, you know, she's kikiing with people, or she'll say certain things and you can tell people are like, whoa, this person, she didn't hold back. She said what she needed to say. She said that thing and that was kind of crazy. Whoa, she said that. Like, there's times where you might say things that could be a little unhinged, you know? But I'm getting that ultimately people are realizing that it's challenging what they believe in, but it doesn't mean it's wrong, you know, or it's challenging what they assumed would be accepted, but it doesn't mean that it's wrong. You still found a way, you know, based off of her personality and her, you know, her upbringing. Some people might feel like Cardi B should not be at some sort of high end, exclusive fashion show. She shouldn't be at Fashion Week, but she has made a name for herself in the fashion world. Therefore, she's there. She's earned that spot. You know what I mean? Like, I'm getting that vibe. Like, some of you have earned your spot when it comes to how you show up in the world, and that's a green flag to people. People like this authenticity about you. People like that you challenge social norms. What else is a green flag? Yeah, people like how wise you are. You're very smart. Somebody in here, you're very smart. And you might also be very particular about who you choose to hang around. You spend a lot of time on your own, focused on your money, focused on your work, focused on what you're building for yourself. But people can tell, like, you have a lot that you've built. You're very respected. Whoever's in this pile, you're very respected by people in a certain industry, or just by the people who know you for what it is that you've built for yourself. You got a lot of respect on you. Okay? Pile 6. That's all that I have for my pile 6. Is interesting pile. Numbers on the board. We got 3, 28, 46, and 36. Also, I'm seeing 44. Somebody could be an Aries or a Pisces, a Scorpio or a Libra, a Leo or a Virgo. Scorpio, Libra, Virgo again, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn out here, Virgo, Gemini, Aries, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, Pisces, and that is it. Could be your sign, could be the person that you're dealing with sign. All right. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Turn on your notification bells. Check the description box down below to book a personal reading. Book a personal reading if you need further guidance. Hi, pile 7. Last but not least, you are the pile that chose image 7. All right. So this is going to be what your green flags are when it comes to the people around you or whoever it is you have on your mind. I plan on shuffling on camera, so let's get into the oracles first. And then we'll get into the actual tarot. So what are your green flags, pile 7? Pile 7, you're very honest. I feel like you're very honest with others, but also yourself. And this is a green flag to other people. There may be things that you said to yourself where, you know how sometimes you'll say something and people go, oh no, you shouldn't say that, or that wasn't nice, or don't say that about yourself. But it's like, it was really honest though. I'm getting the vibe where you might say stuff where people are like, oh no, like don't say that. But deep down they're like, wow, that person, you know, hey. Hey, you said that and that was, you know, that actually made sense, or that actually was true, or I love that you were super blunt about that, or that you didn't lie to yourself. Like, or maybe even if people give you criticism, you're not someone that's going to push away the criticism. You're like, no, you're right. You're right. I feel like you're very honest with others, but also with yourself. And that's a green flag. You're not just pointing people out and saying what their flaws are and not, you know, not analyzing your own. I'm also getting an energy here of some of you being the type that has had to completely rebuild your life. Okay, whether it's because of loss or because of, endings or change or something like that. Some of you guys have definitely had to adapt to certain things that have ended or changed in your life. And there's a vibe in this pile where people are viewing that as a green flag. They feel like the fact that you've been able to change your life or to transform through so much adversity, this is something that they should admire, or this is something that they do admire. Yeah, you're very optimistic about your future and about the things that are coming your way. You've learned a lot from your life experiences. Some of you guys are well read, or you like to read, or you might like to travel even. These are the things that people view as green flags. Many of you, you could have some sort of trauma around your family, pile 7. I'm picking up on something here about like trauma around family. Could be friends as well, but if you have trauma around your family or your friends and things like that, and you've had to do a lot of shadow work to heal and forgive people from your past, this is something that people view as a green flag. Yeah. The faith and the connection that you've been able to build with God or the divine is something that people view as a green flag. Especially if you have been through a lot. Some people, not everybody still believes in something after the things that they've been through. Some people lose their faith. Some people completely give up. Some people become the bad guy after experiencing a lot of heartbreak and things like that. And I don't feel like that's your story. I feel like a lot of you have gotten back on track or have aligned more with your purpose after experiencing certain things, and this is something that you are being admired for. This is a green flag to people. Some of you are very particular about your money. Maybe you're focused on building up your money, or you're someone that cares about learning about financial literacy. You may be very financially stable. Okay, and this is a green flag. If you're not currently financially stable, maybe you're someone that has had to rebuild themselves after some sort of financial loss or something like that. And again, people view this as being very positive. This is a green flag. You might be someone that also saves your money but has time to indulge in other things. I feel like your priorities are straight in this pile. Like, you might take care of business. You pay your bills. You make sure you take care of your health. You handle things that are important, the things that you have to take care of when it comes to your responsibilities, but then you also find time to indulge in the things that you like to do for fun or for beauty reasons. This is a green flag to people. Yes, for a lot of you, you've built some sort of financial stability for yourself. You could even be someone that has came from financial stability. So I don't know whether you have people in your family that are wealthy, or if you look like someone that has been raised into wealth, but this could be a green flag to some people. Others of you, it's not that you've been raised into wealth. It's that you have always wanted to be financially stable. And that's why I'm saying, like, either you come from humble beginnings and you've been able to build your way up, or you are someone that was born into wealth and maybe you still work hard for what it is that you want. Like, even if you have privilege, you are someone that still aims to be stable and wealthy and successful on your own. And this is something that people view as a green flag. You fight hard for the legacy that you're building for yourself. I think a lot of you receive evil eye or judgment or jealousy and things from people, and the way that you're able to keep moving forward even if people are throwing this type of energy at you, this is something that people really view as a green flag. You keep going. There's people in your energy that have really tried to make you give up, or have made you try to, like, they were judging you for going through a hard time. They felt like you wouldn't have been able to get back on your feet, and you did. They wanted to make you feel like you didn't belong, and you found a way to make yourself, to feel like you do belong, or you've made a way. I'm just getting like you've made a way for yourself. Yes. Some of you could be well known. You don't have to be. Maybe you will be well known. If you're not well known right now, some of y'all are meant to be well known. It might be because of your story. However you've been able to overcome challenges in your life, or however you've been able to elevate past what you've been through. Pile 7, I feel like a lot of people admire you for this. Like when they hear about your story or when they hear about what you've been through and how you've built up your own money or your own stability or your own legacy, okay, or your own relationship or whatever it is, I'm getting like your own, heavy on the your own. There's something that you've built on your own time that people are like, wow, you really did that. You really made that business. You really built that platform. You really, got that place on your own. You really went to school and got that degree, or you really did the work and you were able to build that. I don't know, something. There's something that you built for yourself that people are admiring you for. And I feel like it's been something that has allowed you to sustain some sort of stability for a while now. Okay? People are admiring you for the stability that you've been able to manifest. Yeah. You're also very attractive. For somebody in here, you've been able to manifest a relationship. Okay, like maybe you are currently married, or you are going to be married, or you are aiming to manifest a long-term commitment. And this is something that people view as a green flag. Others of you, I'm getting like, if you've been able to, like, if you come from a divorced household, or a low income household, or you were raised, like, I'm getting like somebody could come from like hard times, like humble beginnings, and even if you came from those types of experiences, the life that you've been able to manifest for yourself through all of that is something that people, they're amazed by you. That's a green flag to them. Who you are now, how you pour into yourself. For some of you, your mother is a green flag. I don't know why. People might really like your mom. Or if you are a mother, you're a green flag. You could be a pet mom. You could be an actual mother. Okay. Or again, a business owner. You own a charity. You do something when it comes to helping out other people. You could be a philanthropist. You may have done a lot of work to help people throughout your life, whether this is the legacy that you're leaving behind, or like this is something that people know about. You're being admired for this. People learn a lot from you. There's a green flag here about people learning stuff from you. When it comes to what it is that you contribute to other people's lives, they like the fact that they are gaining something by being around you. And it isn't always financial or like something physical. It's like spiritually, mentally, emotionally. People feel like they are gaining wisdom in your presence. They're healing. Yes. A lot of you have taught people so much about their own shortcomings, or about their own lack of motivation, or about their own lack of self-love. Like, people are learning through you. This is a green flag. People have learned a lot through you because they've seen you move forward or keep going after hard experiences, y'all. This is really nice. Very positive energy. What's a green flag? Why are they a green flag? What are their green flags? Some of you are very avoidant of people who want to make you a third party, and you also avoid situations where, like, I'm getting, if people want you to cheat on your partner, you don't go for it. If people want you to be a third party so they can cheat with you, you don't go for it. Some of you guys, you avoid third parties. That's why you are a green flag. Your green flag is your avoidance of third parties or situations that feel, I don't know, like I'm getting something here about people kind of being a little too casual with you. If things don't feel like they're going to be stable, you're not investing in it. That's a green flag. Okay. Also, you might be really careful about who you allow into your space. You don't let people know where you live, or you don't let people into your home, or you don't let people around your kids very early on, or you don't let people know you don't let people know a lot about you. That's a green flag. People don't know much about you. People might not even know that you're this successful or what you built for yourself when they meet you. You don't tell everybody what you have when they meet you. This is a green flag. They might know that you're very attractive or that you're very smart, like when they talk to you initially, but they don't know where you come from or what you've been through. And I feel like the more people learn about you, the more they view you as a green flag, because they're like, wow, you've done so much. You've achieved so much. Yes, I just saw 1111 on the timestamp. Yeah, people are like, you are so courageous. You are so strong. You are so, confident. You're bold. You're brave. You know how they say fortune favors the brave or the bold? I can't remember, but some of y'all, either way, it's you. Whatever they say it is, it's you, boo. Okay? What are pile sevens? I was going to say gold flags. Somebody in here, you may look nice in gold. Something about you is golden. Okay, your aura could be golden, or you come off like royalty. I feel like pile 7 is very like regal. You are a green flag because you come off like you really value yourself. I think a lot of people innately believe that you are someone that is a green flag just off of seeing you, off of how you handle yourself in certain situations, how you communicate, okay, what you choose to entertain and what you don't entertain. Some of you, if you are ever in situations where people don't agree with you, or if you cause some sort of conflict, I'm getting an energy. I'm getting an energy here of you not being apologetic about causing issues. But I don't feel like the issues that you're causing are like ones where you tried to manipulate certain situations. It's like if you're fighting for a good cause and other people are against that cause, you're not going to say like, oh, okay, well, like I saw a quote recently that was like, I don't know who said it. I'm not sure who said it. I want to say it's Socrates. It might not be, but I saw a quote recently that was like, whenever you are on the side of the majority, question where you are or something like that, or question why that is. Not because it's always wrong to be on the side of the majority, but because you got to make sure that you're making decisions for yourself. And I feel like somebody in here, when you make decisions for yourself and other people don't agree, I don't feel like you have an issue with standing on your own. You don't have an issue with being the oddball out. Like if you feel like you're standing for a cause that's positive, you're going to stand for it. And this is something that people really admire about you. They feel like that's a green flag. You might be the only person in the room that's like, well, I don't believe in that. And other people are like, well, you need to agree or not, or you need to leave. And I feel like you would leave before you agree. And that's something that people view as a green flag. You're very unapologetic about the things that you view as important. Okay, whether you're fighting causes for kids or you're talking about things related to politics or race or, famine in the world. Like I'm getting some of you are very admired by the people around you. This might be a green flag to other people. You're very admired by the people around you, but it's not just because you are beautiful, and that's why this is a green flag. People are realizing, or people know, maybe people are realizing this. People are realizing that you're not just liked for being beautiful, okay? Or you're not just liked for being agreeable. Like maybe you meet people in one setting and they assume that you're one way because of how you look. The more they get to know you, the more they realize that there's depth. Your beauty and brains. Yeah. Man, woman, person, doesn't matter. You know what you're talking about. You deserve whatever type of acknowledgement you get. The respect is earned and deserved. Some of you deserve respect. Yeah. There's a lot of people that are attracted to you. There's a lot of people that regret not having an opportunity with you, or regret missing out on an opportunity with you. There's a lot of people that regret leaving you behind or cheating on you or whatever they did. Some people have done things that they really regret around you. And I don't know whether other people know about this. Like, I don't know if other people know that these people regret leaving you behind and stuff like that. But that's a green flag. If other people are finding out that other people, I don't know how to say this. If you have exes that regret leaving you behind, that's a green flag to the people around them. But I'm also getting like, if you have people from your past that regret leaving you behind, or who regret not supporting you or being there or loving you, that's also a green flag. When people miss you, others view that as a green flag. Even the people that are missing you, they're like, wow, like that person must have been special because I miss them, So signs that are relevant on the board. Well, let me give numbers. We got 9, 17, 40, 1, 34, 26, Somebody in here, you could be a Virgo, a Libra, a Libra, a Leo, a Virgo, Aries, Taurus, Aquarius, Capricorn, Cancer, Leo, Virgo again. We got Virgo, Sagittarius, Gemini, Sag again, Scorpio, Taurus, Leo, Aquarius, Capricorn, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, Aries, Aquarius, Leo, Libra, Taurus. And that looks like that's it. I'd say all signs in this pile. All the signs are here. So that is what I have in this pile. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Turn on your notification bells. Check the description box down below to book a personal reading. Book a personal reading if you need further guidance.